let's stick to just the basics, the principles. So with that being said, auto combos. This was a big thing in Dragon Ball Fighters, and it's kind of branched out to other things that give simple controls now, such as Street Fighter and all that other stuff. Auto combos are a good way for people who have never played fighting games to get a hold of a fighting game and enjoy it, whether it be through mashing or whether it be through actually using it as a basis to go off of and then expanding upon that later. There is nothing wrong with a auto combo, and yes, not all auto combos are made equally in Dragon Ball Fighters, but auto combos are a great way to bridge the gap between beginners, intermediates, and pros. Similar to Dragon Ball Fighters, Ki Blast. Well, not necessarily Ki Blast, but gunshot. Most people in some sort of way have a projectile move, unless you're like John or somebody. And for that, maybe John gets something unique. But I think most characters should be able to produce some sort of Ki Blast, and this should allow you to shoot from a far range. Now, DPs, I want to take a rule out of BB Tag's book and add this, where every character has a DP and it's easily accessible. I know this can be slightly annoying, however, I think it's a good thing for beginners, and DPs are very punishable, so when you start to get to intermediate and pro play, it's not too much, and it's easy to counter somebody who's relying on DP. Dust types. Now, I know this is a little bit weird to think about, but dust is very important in RWBY, and how would dust work in a RWBY fighting game? I think at the beginning, you have a selection of dust to choose from, and each dust does something differently for your character. I think after you choose a dust type, you are allowed to have certain dust powered up moves that affect your gameplay. And I think some of these dust powered up moves, even to your gunshots, will help you more in battle. Whether it be time dilation, freezing, combustion dust, fire, earth, there's so much to choose from, and I think there's so much to do with dust that one core concept could be very complex for some, but also just very fun to just try out if you're a beginner. I don't think I have to explain this, but obviously grabbing is in a fighting game, and obviously blocking is in a fighting game. However, what about snapbacks? Now, what is a snapback? It's when you hit the other character and you sub in the character that was on the bench. So this is for doubles if you thought of doubles. So for instance, let's say I play Roman and Neo. If you wish to sub my Neo in when I was Roman, you hit me with a snapback and Neo is forced to come out and block a mix-up. I think this game should have that if you go for a doubles-like game. Now, similar to Sparking in Dragon Ball Fighters, I think you should have a awakening. And it's not necessarily a Naruto awakening where everybody gets super powered up. A small cutscene install that every character has that gives you a bonus. Or B, and this is practically going to be your comeback mechanic. This is your utility. Practically, using this gives you a temporary buff, increased damage, health regeneration, la-di-da-di-da. You'll be giving this for all characters. This is a universal mechanic. Everyone has this. Whether it's a install or a free ability, everyone should have this mechanic in my opinion.